Welcome to This Week at Four Horsemen, where we are in Wakanda. I am the Black Panther, King of Wakanda.
Meow.
Right, Chala. And this is
Raichu?
my mutant queen, Oranro.
I don't even know what that is.
Storm is his wife.
Oh, okay.
And her name is Ororo.
Oranro. I can't even say that.
You can't say Oranro?
Oranro.
Oh my god. Welcome. What is this week?
This week
at Four Horsemen, my
is my liege. It's our weekly show where we're going to talk about some upcoming events, sales, promotions, and other nerdy stuff going on around Morgantown.
Yes, and we are going to start off this week's show with a giveaway where we're giving away 2 free tickets to see the Black Panther, which comes out next week.
Yes.
We're going to be talking a lot about Black Panther this week because we have a lot on our plate for our 1-year show next week.
So many good things coming. We've done this for a year. 52 episodes of this.
This is episode 51.
I know.
Yeah. All right, so what we're going to do is we're asking you, the audience, a question. If you were the king or queen of Wakanda, what would you do? Give us your answer in the Facebook chat. At the end of the episode, we'll pick the best answer, and they'll get 2 free tickets.
Let it begin.
And we'll probably repeat this question halfway through. Yeah. All right, moving on to comics.
Guess what we don't have this week?
Comics! Is this
Here's our comics this week.
Is this a Diamond thing
This
or a
is a
FedEx
UPS
thing? A UPS thing? But we should
Thanks,
have them
UPS.
tomorrow.
What can Brown do for you? Deliver my comics. That's what Brown can do for me.
If you're a subscriber, call us before you come in. We should have them tomorrow sometime in the afternoon. But you will be able to pick up The Walking Dead, issue 176.
Those are stormtroopers.
So if you look, their armor looks like samurai armor.
Oh, it does, yeah.
So last issue, last page, no spoilers, but you find out somebody you thought was dead was not dead on the very last page. So
Who was it?
I can't tell you.
They won't hear.
I know.
Do we have any more of those left?
I don't know. But anyway, you need to get back on Walking Dead. Wow, some things are happening. And also from Image this week, we have the Wicked and Divine one-shot.
1923. It's kind of cool.
So basically, if you've never heard of Wicked and Divine, it's a bunch of 1920s gods based on major modernist figures stuck in the middle of an Agatha Christie mystery novel.
It's a lot of stuff going on in there.
Probably worth your time. What do we have from DC?
DC, we got a new Batman White Knight number 5. Look at that.
It's pretty gorgeous. Yeah. If you haven't been reading Batman White Knight, this is essentially the book that vilifies Batman and makes Joker a hero to the point where he's running for mayor of Gotham City and he has like the lower class vote. And in the last issue, he had like this huge political rally.
Yeah. The
story is really cool. It's definitely worth reading. I'm having a hard time swallowing the Joker as a hero.
Yeah, that's a tough read.
Yeah, but
I don't know if I can get behind that.
But he's I think it's a scam. I think in the last issue, he's gonna reveal like his
what
ploy.
A twist!
Yeah, but it's really cool. Lots of twists and turns. You should definitely check it out.
Sounds good. We also got some new Marvel stuff coming out.
Yes.
Black Panther.
Yeah, we've got 2 new Black Panther things. First, there's a new title on the left there, Black Panther: Sound and Fury #1.
Is that Namor?
This is Black Panther in Dubai. He's fighting some crime in Dubai, rough neighborhood. And then we talked about Rise of Black Panther a while ago. That's issue #2 on the right. It's an origin story. In this one, he meets Namor.
Ah.
This is right when he has become the king of Wakanda.
Namor always looks so upset about something. He's very angry.
He's always angry. He's just like the stark opposite of Aquaman. He's just like got a trident up his butt.
It's so pointy.
I know. I'd be in a bad mood too.
I'm in this water all day. You know what fish do in this water? Every day.
Every day. Also, the long-awaited X-Men Red #1.
Look at that.
So if you've been keeping up with X-Men, you know that there were different teams. There was X-Men Blue, there's X-Men Gold. They were led by different people, and now Jean Grey is back, and she's united the team, and she is leading it. This is X-Men Red. This is a new story arc for the X-Men.
Jean Grey's back.
Jean Grey's
You had me at Jean Grey's back.
Yeah, Jean Grey's back.
Yeah.
Scott Summers.
Don't care.
Don't care.
Wait, is Wolverine still here?
No, Wolverine's dead. But Laura is on her team.
Okay.
Like, her core 4 are, I think it's her, Beast, Laura, and Nightcrawler.
Oh, good team.
Yeah,
I'd take that team.
very good team.
I would take that team.
All right, so moving on, we also have Star Wars issue number 43.
Yes.
We're still on Jeddah. If you haven't been reading, basically, there's a small rebellion force on Jeddah fighting the Empire over what's left of the Kyber crystal mines. And if you reckon...
Who is that?
She is a character from the first Darth Vader comic series who they have brought into the main run.
Okay.
I'm not going to get into super detail about it, but she was one of the reasons, along with Vader and Aphra, that book was so good, and I was squealing like a little girl when they brought her into the main stars. Just check it out.
The way she's drawn, it kind of reminds me of Padme, and I'm like, that is not...
She is a queen.
Okay, all right.
So...
Very mysterious.
We'll leave it at that. But her and Leia are going to fight. Leia's going to win.
I believe it.
Moving on to our staff pick, I've been doing a little reading. If you can't tell, I'm a little excited about the Black Panther. The Black Panther. And I just read Black Panther Civil War. So we all know about Civil War.
Yep.
The conflict between Captain America and Iron Man.
Yep.
If you didn't know, there were a lot of like Civil War sub-books written. There's an X-Men Civil War. There are all these sub-books. Yeah. One I just read was Black Panther, and it picks it up towards the beginning of the Civil War. It starts, there's this conflict. Black Panther says, you guys are dummies.
I'm going back to Wakanda.
He goes back to Wakanda. He marries Storm. This book actually begins on their honeymoon.
It's a solid choice.
Yeah.
I can fight. I can marry Storm.
I'm going to marry Storm.
Yeah, every time.
Starts in their honeymoon, and then the two of them decide to go on a tour around the world and visit all of the superhero-powered spots outside of the United States to discuss with these people how they feel about the Civil War, and if they side with Iron Man, if they side with Captain America, if they want to maybe take Black Panther's kind of, deterrent side.
Right.
So they go to see Doctor Doom. They go to the moon. They see the Inhumans. They go under the sea and they see Namor.
Did they go to Canada and see Captain Canuck?
No, they did not.
What?
They did go to Great Britain and see Captain Britain.
Captain Britain?
Yeah, they did. And they fight almost everybody they meet.
Of course.
They go to see Doctor Doom.
That's going to be a fight right
Storm
there.
starts talking, and he says, shut up, woman. And Black Panther says, don't talk to my wife that way. And it's great.
Could you imagine? Victor.
Eventually,
they survey.
They end up in the States, and he fights Iron Man, and he fights Rhodey, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
Really highly recommend it. If you don't know a lot about Black Panther, he's of the B list, like Marvel superheroes, he's one of the best ones.
Yeah, I was not looking forward to this movie too much, but after seeing some of the trailers and hearing some of the storyline behind it,
I don't typically pay attention to reviews, but they're like rave.
Yeah.
Like,
out
of this world.
Yeah. So I'm getting real excited for this one.
Me too.
Speaking of fights, Civil Wars.
The climactic battle between the Powerpuff Girls and the Dungeon Master from the Dungeons & Dragons cartoon has ended. Powerpuff Girls won by a single vote.
What?
So don't you ever say that your vote doesn't matter.
Wait. Did Twitter betray us again?
I was Powerpuff Girls.
Okay.
So Powerpuff Girls won on Facebook and Twitter, and there was a tie on Instagram.
Okay.
But cumulatively, they won by a single vote.
That's great.
Yeah. And our best comment this week was from Jeremy Harmon, and we talked about this last week, but we're going to go ahead and read it again. His comment was, Dungeon Master is very powerful, but my theory revolves around age restrictions. I think an exploitable loophole is that D&D is recommended for 10 and up. So I surmise the Dungeon Master's powers would only affect qualified adventurers, which all the Powerpuff Girls are 5 years old. So I believe his reality warping powers would be nullified as they cannot, by his domains of laws, play. It is a stretch, but a possible path to victory.
I would totally buy into that.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people did, and Powerpuff Girls win. We'll see them in round 2. Bye-bye, DM. Our Dungeons and Dragons TOs were not thrilled.
All right, so Blaine is on the Facebook chat. Blaine, weigh in. What do you think about the Dungeon Master getting trounced by 3 5-year-old girls, Blaine?
But they're the Powerpuff Girls.
They're the Sugar and Spice.
And everything nice. Well, we'll read that out when it comes to. So this week we've got Duke Nukem versus Hal Jordan, the Green Lantern.
Yes.
And I have to say, like, I thought, this is just Green Lantern, and there's really no discussion about this. But people are. What? They're raging.
Duke Nukem?
Duke Nukem was winning last I looked. I really think that this is just one of those unfortunate matchups that, due to the randomization of this system, is going to happen. And there's no way in the world Duke Nukem can beat Hal Jordan.
No.
No way.
No, there really isn't.
Like, Ira said, without a ring, Hal Jordan just beats him.
Yeah, I got nothing, Duke. I'm sorry. You should be losing, but
I hope
the internet will speak.
I hope we don't have to eat our hats next week, but we will find out. All right, moving on to events. Can you give us a rundown of last week's event?
Last week we had some busy times here in the shop. We had the Pokemon Ultra Prism release. The pre-release week before the release was this week. A lot of fun. Had a lot of people come out for it. Had some drafts. Had some box breaks. So interesting note about Ultra Prism. The Pokemon Company decided to stop printing that set. So what is in the market is in the market. There will be no more.
Why?
There are lines at the door right now that I've just said that. I have no idea. We got calls from all of the distributors today saying if you have any on order, you're going to get it. If you don't have it, you're not getting it. It's gone.
Do we have any in stock?
Yeah.
Like 3 packs?
Like about 4 or 5 packs, yeah.
Did they say why?
They have not. And
when was that announced?
They haven't announced it like publicly, I don't think. But like I say, all of our distributors were on the phone today.
And you're about to get sued.
Oh, I hope so. Be great. There's no such thing as bad press.
So
yes, there is going to be
buy it now.
Buy it now. There's going to be a limited run. The set was very, very popular. Some really cool cards pulled. The art's beautiful on these things. There's some new Prism mechanics in place. Black border cards. Very nice looking things. We also had the HeroClix Xavier School pre-release, which was a HeroClix event. I had a lot of people come out for that. Tons of fun. And the first standard showdown for Magic happened Saturday. It was supposed to happen the previous Saturday. I can't read a calendar, so we pushed it back to the actual Saturday that was supposed to start. And we also had the Rivals of Ixalan League event. Second event happened on Monday.
Yeah. Thank you to everyone who attended all of those events.
Lots of people. Yep.
And a preemptive thank you to everyone who will attend this week's events.
Yep.
Alex, can we see the image?
There we are.
These are all of this week's gaming events. We're going to talk some specifics on the irregular events. If you need any more details on the weekly events, please go to our Facebook page and click on the events tab.
Yep. One of the events we got coming up this Wednesday is a HeroClix Mojo World event. Mojo is one of my favorite. Mojo Jojo. Sorry, Blaine. Is it too soon?
Austin is coming. He's lost it. He's looking for it. I want to play Clicks, baby.
It's terrible.
I know. I'm sorry. I was just going over here.
Just go over there.
Just go ahead.
Hans. Mojo was a great character. He's been
Powerpuff Girl.
Yeah, he was a Powerpuff Girl, but not in the Marvel realm. So this week's event, you're going to be able to win a Dazzler, which is really cool. You've also got who's this lady? Cheney. We got a Cheney. Lila Cheney, very cool. And my personal favorite, Longshot. I don't know why, but I really like this character. I've always liked this character. So the build this week is event starts at Wednesday, 6:45. It's a $5 entry, 500-point build, Golden Age, and one character must have one of the celebrity keywords. For info, hit up the Facebook event page. All the details are there.
We also have the continuation of the Rivals of Ixalan Sealed League.
Yes.
Which you can register now for. It's $15 to play. As we explained last week, you start with 3 packs of Rivals of Ixalan. You build a 30-card deck. You get another pack for each week that you play. You get a pack for every 3 losses. And you just keep going. There's prizes at the end. Ton of fun. Always one of our more popular things.
Yep. We've also got some Card Fight Vanguard free demos and casual play every Saturday at 1 o'clock. Come on out and learn to play some Vanguard.
And I am excited to say that Popper is back for Horsemen, something that I tried again and again and again, and to mixed results, but I know that Wyatt and Ethan have got this.
They've got it on.
Yes, so if you don't know, Popper is a Magic the Gathering constructed format where you can only play with commons. Yes. There is a ban list. You can Google it. We're having our event this Saturday at 1 p.m. It's $5 to play. It is super fun. I have played Popper for years. Yep. It's the only thing I use Magic the Gathering online for. Ton of fun.
If you need some help building your deck, we may have 1 or 2 commons downstairs.
1 or 2,000 commons downstairs on our shelf.
Yeah, lots. Come down.
And Ron's been organizing them, right? So
Sure.
that people can find the cards they need.
Not a chance.
All right.
Good luck.
Moving on, we want to talk a little bit about next week's show. As we mentioned earlier,
1 year.
we've been doing this show for a year. That's crazy.
52 consecutive weeks.
I know. It's crazy. So we're going to be doing something special. We printed up some bingo cards that you'll get to use and follow along with the show next week.
Great.
These are getting printed up tomorrow. You can pick them up in the store starting tomorrow night. Play along.
I don't repeat myself.
Get one of these from the store, or we'll post it on social media. You can just print it off yourself. Play along. If you have a winning card, the first 10 people to bring one in get a $20 gift card. And this is for the show next week. What's your favorite square there?
I don't know, but I don't think I repeat myself that often.
You do happen to repeat yourself.
And I never talk with my hands or hit the microphone with said hands.
So as you can see, we're not showing you all the squares yet. There are some mysteries, some fun ones. But
Rob Lowe. Yes.
I like Silly String War, or Alex puts up the wrong image.
Should we put Blaine in as one of the squares?
Blaine speaks in the chat. That could be one. Or the Facebook chat disagrees. Arguments about top 10. Arguments about Versus series.
Batman reference, that's pretty solid. The Star Wars reference.
And then on the right hand side, Superman bashed. Superman
Someone
sucks.
swears.
Oh, that should have been Scott Summers. We bash on him way more.
Or Scott Summers.
All right, so coming to the store tomorrow, pick one of these up. Watch the show next week. Fill in your card, bring it in, get $20.
$20.
We're also going
Free
to
money.
do a longer episode than usual. It's going to be a super duper long episode. We might have some special guests. We're talking to some people. Might be more than just Tweedledee and Tweedleron.
Tweedledummer.
But definitely check us out next Tuesday at 9. This week in Star Wars Solo!
Have you seen this?
So,
Once or twice, maybe?
for those of you who don't know, I have this
Look at that.
job now where I'm forced to watch children, and the children were watching the
How's that
Super
different than
Bowl.
when you were here.
Shut up. So the children had to watch the Super Bowl for 2 hours. I'm sitting in the back of the room going, and then I heard this music, and I'm like,
Click, click.
and these kids saw me jump out of my seat and scream.
Knocking kids out of the way. Get out.
Yeah, come on. And this tiny old tube TV with bad color. So I saw the TV shot Sunday night.
Yeah.
And then the trailer came out yesterday. And
It's okay.
it was, yeah, I mean,
I almost said that with a straight face.
I didn't get super excited I didn't think The Last Jedi trailer was super inspiring.
Yeah.
And I loved that movie.
Yeah.
I didn't think this trailer was super inspiring either.
Really?
But I mean,
It.
I like the TV spot more because...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the teaser didn't do too much for me.
Yeah, the teaser trailer was kind of just drawn out and not a lot happened. The TV spot was so cool because it's just like it never shows Han's face.
Yeah.
He never says anything, and the last screen is like him looking up, and then it says Solo, and
Yeah.
it's really cool. I love these
The
posters.
posters are beautiful.
They are so gorgeous.
I want those posters.
The Donald Glover, the guy they have playing Lando, he just screams Lando.
Yeah. Yep.
I've never disliked a Star Wars movie. If I'm ever going to dislike a Star Wars movie, it might be this one. And that's only because I
Have you
can't...
seen episode 1?
No.
That needs to be a bingo square.
I can't picture anybody playing this character except for Harrison Ford.
I don't know that he looks enough like Han or talks enough like Harrison Ford. That's my only thing. I can totally get behind him as an actor portraying Han Solo, but in my mind, he's just not. Doesn't look right.
Have you seen the meme about the trailer with director Krennic?
Mm-mm.
It has a picture of the trailer, and then it has director Krennic on the bottom, and he goes, "Are we blind? Deploy the Harrison!"
That's fantastic.
I'm still super hyped. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just apprehensive because Han Solo is like in my top 2 characters of all time.
Yep.
It's
Hey, you know what? We should probably watch this just to make sure we didn't miss anything.
okay. Let's do
Let's
it.
do that. I don't honestly thought he was going off the bridge when he does this like Tokyo drift thing here.
Are we doing commentary on the trailer?
We can.
So
It's the cleanest.
so
the
that's
ship
the
has ever
Falcon.
been.
That's and have you? There's another meme that shows that, and then shows like the Falcon from like episode 4,
Yeah.
and then it shows Lando where he's saying, "What have you done to my ship?" I don't know. Like
I like how he calls Han kid,
yeah.
just like Han calls Luke kid.
Okay, so Han Solo has always been my favorite, and until like recent years, I'm kind of getting onto Leia as maybe my favorite. So I'm just really apprehensive about.
Yeah.
But we'll find out soon.
Few months.
Not even like 3 months. 3 months. Oh my god.
You know, I've been so excited about this movie. That was an awesome maneuver.
Yeah, that
was like
that
the
was
fly
great.
swatter. So,
Are we gonna see
we're
the
fine.
Are we
We're
gonna
all
see the
fine.
Kessel Run? Is that the Kessel Run?
that might be.
Is it? I don't know. Okay, so the lady in this, Amelia Clark, she's from.
Oh, she's Game of Thrones.
Yes.
Yeah, she's Khaleesi.
I don't know her from Game of Thrones. I know her from another really amazing TV show. Can you name it?
She's in another TV show?
Mm-hmm.
No, I have no idea.
Well, she guest starred. I went down her IMDb, and this was the only thing I had seen her in. She guest starred in the second to last episode of what is possibly the greatest animated series of all time.
Animaniacs?
Ghost in the Shell.
The obvious answer is Futurama,
Oh, yes.
where she played the love interest of one Dr. John Zoidberg.
Of course she did. Why not Zoidberg?
Why not Zoidberg? All right, let's moving on. All right, so
God.
countdown to
Yep.
infinity.
I'm a week behind already.
You are?
Yeah, I am. I am. I gotta watch Civil War. It's Captain America last week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Captain America last week.
Avengers this week.
Yes.
So, this movie, The Avengers, is often referred to as the greatest superhero movie of all time. And I don't think it's far off of that mark.
It was pretty good. It was pretty solid
It's like a 10.
I'm hard pressed to find a better one though.
Your opinion in these matters
Alex
is
is
hardly
giving us an
relevant.
8. Alex gave us an 8.
My
Blaine's behind too. Catch up, Blaine.
How are we supposed to have these discussions if you don't watch these movies?
All right. I really did like Avengers. You know what my biggest problem with that movie was
poops.
how rattled Tony got at the end. Like he was shaken to the core about his near-death experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, but and I know that shapes
He
the
flew
course of everything.
A nuclear warhead through a wormhole into alien space and blew up an alien ship, and you're complaining that he was rattled?
He was rattled. Tony Stark doesn't get rattled.
Yeah, he does.
Well, clearly he did, but he should. He's seen a whole lot worse things.
No, he hasn't.
Maybe not.
You have... My only complaint with this movie, and it's sort of understandable with the cast, the number of characters that they were working with, is that they never really put a spotlight on Thor.
Yeah. Why couldn't Thor throw it up there? Thor's probably seen all that stuff.
Well, there was that whole interchange between Captain America and Iron Man early in the film where Steve accuses him of never being the one to make the sacrifice play, how it's always about him, and then so
he goes and does it.
This is the end of Phase 1, essentially Act 1 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and it's also kind of the end of Iron Man being the main character. It's kind of where Tony starts to pass the torch over to Steve.
Right. Or the shield, as the case may be.
So right after this, we have Iron Man 3,
Yeah.
where at the end he retires.
Mm-hmm.
But
Because he's so shaken.
if you look at the progression, I'm trying to have a real discussion about these, and you're not even watching the movie. If you look at the progression of these movies, it starts to now shift to where Steve kind of has the center stage as opposed to Iron Man.
Yeah. But I've always thought that even in the comics that Steve was always sort of like the assumed leader of everything.
Well, he is.
even
No,
though-
Steve Rogers is the leader of the Avengers, but it's kind of built up to be Tony in these movies because it started with Iron Man.
Yeah.
Iron Man was the first one to have a sequel. Robert Downey Jr.'s character is the most boisterous and loud character out of all of these people. But this is where it starts to kind of change over. And then we have, Winter Soldier, and we have Age of Ultron, and then Civil War. And I think we're going to see more of that in Infinity Wars.
Yeah.
This movie is amazing.
I think there's another movie coming out in May. I think I may have seen a poster for it.
Deadpool?
Today. Deadpool. I haven't heard or seen too much about Deadpool, which really scares me.
There's been several trailers.
I haven't seen.
You didn't see the Bob Ross trailer?
No. I have not seen. I don't think I've seen a trailer for Deadpool yet.
There's been. Okay, so there's the one before Logan.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Well, I guess that would be considered a trailer.
I mean.
Yeah.
And you haven't seen the Bob Ross one?
I've seen stills where Deadpool is like painting things.
We'll watch it after this.
All right,
also, remind me about Deadpool 2. I have something else.
All right. So what else we got?
Avengers.
Amazing.
Yes. Horsemen of the Week.
Horsemen of the Week is that one.
All right, so we're moving on to the Four Horsemen mailbag. We had a really cool question submitted. If you were a mutant and you were on the X-Men team, who would you want leading your team? So there's obvious. So you've got Charles Xavier, of course.
Yeah.
Scott Summers.
Who would pick him?
Jean Grey.
Ooh.
But I know and you know that we're both going to say Wolverine.
Every time.
Which is why
that man to hell.
Which is why I came prepared with saying Wolverine.
You can't pick Wolverine?
Wolverine. You can't pick Wolverine. Who's your second choice?
Jean Grey. If nothing else, I'll just stand behind her and she will protect me from every bad thing out there. And if not, she'll just incinerate them. Who do you pick?
The same person I would pick if this were a Star Trek question.
Leonard Nimoy?
Dr. McCoy.
Hank. All right. Well played.
Why has Hank not...
Why Hank?
Why not Hank?
I don't know what Hank's...
I'm super intelligent, incredible moral fiber, and he's got blue fur.
He does have blue fur.
The man is a beast.
You have to skim the pool every time he gets out of it.
Yeah, but he's more of a calisthenics guy, so that's not usually an issue. And they make Scott do it anyway.
You should go into the shower room after Hank. Hank, clean this out.
And Hank, I told you to wear flip-flops in the shower. You want to get athlete's foot? Oh my God, the mutant strain of athlete's foot is the worst.
Imagine that itch.
Gross. All right, so moving on to Did You Know Four Horsemen? Did you know we have a huge selection of trade paperbacks and hardcovers, and we can order most of the major titles in trade paperbacks.
That's how we can get it.
Yeah, so if you want Batman, Death in the Family, or The Long Halloween, or something like that, you can probably order that.
If we don't have it on the shelf, just if you see something looking for it, let us know.
Yes, of course.
Of course.
And following that, we have a sale.
We do have a sale. Where's my sale? Hey, if you want to come in and peruse some of our trades, you can buy one, get a second one, half off.
Yes.
Come check it out.
And we are going to head into our closer, but don't go away. Don't miss the after credits scene.
There's always an after credits.
Are we paranoid? Are you following us? Please like us at facebook.com/4horsemencomics. Follow us on Instagram at 4horsemencomics. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/c/4horsemencomics gaming. Follow us at Twitter at 4horsemencomics. Watch all our streaming content at twitch.tv/4horsemencomics. And shop our TCG inventory at shop.4horsemencomics.com. Also, we have new shirts.
We have different colors. We have blue, purple. We have purple. Nice purple.
We have a pink.
There's like hot pink. It is like electric pink.
I'm buying one
it's
tonight.
Super pink.
There's a light blue,
a
light green, and long sleeve.
We have long sleeve black shirts, the original OG black shirts.
Why has that not been a thing?
I don't know. Sam Gorski has suggested that, and we're like, that's a brilliant idea. Why don't we not do that?
Duh.
There's our Horseman
Duh.
of the Week.
Sam Gorski. Horseman of the Week.
Thank you.
Brilliant suggestion.
And we should probably throw Kevin Phillips in there. Kevin Phillips has been on me for about 8 years now to get new shirts ordered.
Me too.
Yeah,
me too.
And you. You're horse. You've already been that, so you don't get to do it again.
So we're not going to roll for a scene for next week because we're going to have a special closer.
Yep.
So next week we'll roll for the following week.
Okay.
But this week we selected the Hans death scene from Die Hard. This was suggested by Jay Zim.
Now, we unfortunately were not able to get permission to film at Nakatomi Plaza, so we had to cut back on the budget a little bit. I am Bruce Willis, and this would be
Alan Rickman, of course.
Yep. And we told him what the scene is.
I mean, I would assume most people have seen Die Hard.
Gotcha.
But I haven't, so.
All right. Yippee-ki-yay. Bang.